Hello, friend. Thank you so much for finishing out the week right here on Bible Tract Echoes. I'm Michael McCurry, your host. Greatly appreciate your listenership today and all this week. Let me make mention to you, if you have missed a portion, maybe you missed one day out of this week of broadcast, and realize this concept, this theme, the thought that we've been explaining from the Bible, it's kind of built upon each other. And so if you did miss a week, it's okay. Don't go anywhere right now, but at the close of the broadcast, when you get an opportunity, go back and listen to the previous versions. You can find it, of course, in podcast form. Just search for Bible Tract Echoes on your favorite podcast player, or you can actually watch the video version as well. I'm actually sitting in front of a camera right now speaking to you, and I'm sitting in front of a microphone because just the camera alone wouldn't be too good. The sound quality wouldn't be great. So we've got a microphone here, got a camera here, and I'm speaking to you, and you can find it on YouTube, on Facebook. Again, just search for Bible Tracts Incorporated or Bible Tract Echoes, and it'll come up for you. Thank you so much for listening today. Greatly appreciate the fact that you would spend a few moments of your day. To each and every person that is listening by way of the radio airwaves, I'm so very thankful for you. I think of all the different radio managers and staff of the myriad number of radio stations across America and the world. Honestly, my memory fails me to list off all of them, but from Wisconsin to Arizona to California to Florida to Georgia to, I heard recently from a listener in Liberia, Trinidad and Tobago, and different places around the world listening right now in my home state of Illinois. You name it, people are listening, and if I didn't name your state, I apologize. But I would love to hear from you. If the opportunity presents itself in just a moment, I'll give you a phone number that you can text, and you can let me know that you are listening. We've been talking this week about wasted potential. I'm going to counsel you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to plead with you not to waste your potential. And if you would, find your place in the book of Genesis, chapter 13. The book of Genesis, chapter 13 is where we will begin today. If you have any reason to contact me, and honestly, you don't even need much of a reason, I just want to hear from you. Maybe you are from a state that I did mention, or you're from a state that I didn't mention, and you just want to let me know that you're listening today. Let me give you a phone number that you can text right now. You ready? 309 316 7240. I'll give it to you one more time in case I wasn't slow enough. Are you ready? 309 316 7240. You can text me right now, today, and I, Lord willing, as long as I don't get too many messages all at once, I will respond to you. Before we jump into the broadcast, very quickly, let me also invite you to our grand opening, October 1st. That's a Saturday. I told you yesterday that Pastor Mark Smith, my predecessor, the man that was the director of this ministry, the host of this radio broadcast, he's going to be with us that day in Odell, Illinois. That's Odell. It's a bustling metropolis of 1,000 people, and that's where God has planted geographically our ministry in a beautiful, about a 6,000 square foot building on about 2 acres of land. God has been so good to us, and I want you to come see it. Come see our new music studio, our radio studio. Come see the founder's room. Come see where we put gospel tracts in boxes and send them around the world. We sent them to dozens of countries already this year. I want you to see it. Come enjoy the fruit of your investment in prayer, in finances. If the Lord lays on your heart to partner with our ministry, please feel free to do so. You can at BibleTractsInc.org. We're in Genesis chapter 13. We have a limited amount of time, so let's jump right in. Genesis 13, verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. We began this week with a discussion on Monday about bouncy balls. You know those little rubber balls that your kids like to play with? You know what I'm talking about? Well, those, scientifically, if you hold them up off the ground because of gravity, they have what's called potential energy. And if you drop that bouncy ball, it will bounce and almost bounce as high as your hand was when you released it. And if you throw it down on the ground, I remember I've only really preached this message maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times. And by way of illustration, it was awesome. I had 250 young people in front of me. And I brought a garbage can full of bouncy balls. There were hundreds of bouncy balls in there. And I made the promise that if they would behave for the rest of the service, I would give each of them a gift. And I took that garbage can and I dumped it over, and I was up on a platform. We were in kind of a gym complex, and they bounced all over the place. It was awesome to see these kids scrambling to get them, and thankfully they obeyed, they listened, they grabbed their bouncy ball or 2 or 3, and they came and sat back down, they listened to this. But really that was just an illustration. I was just kind of illustrating this fact of potential energy, the energy that those young people have, the energy that each and every one of you has listening to me right now. We talked on Tuesday about a man named Absalom who exalted, who elevated himself, and by which ruined and wasted his potential. We talked about a man named Samson on Wednesday who entertained himself and therefore wasted his potential. We talked about Rehoboam yesterday, a man that by his ego ruined and wasted his potential. And today we talk about a man named Lot. What ruined? What wasted Lot's potential? Well, let's look at that. Genesis 13:5. And Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks and herds and tents. Lot had a bunch of stuff. He had a bunch of substance, okay? He had all kinds of stuff. He was a very rich man. This will be important later, but can I just say, you don't know how good you have it right now. And sometimes our desire, our lust for stuff can be our undoing. Let's put that thought in the back of our mind. Lot gave in to strife. The herdsman, by way of illustration, you may recall this discussion from last week. We actually talked about Lot pretty recently on the broadcast. But Lot's herdsman, he was a rich man, had a lot of employees. Lot's herdsman fought with Abraham's herdsmen. They were kin. They were family, but their employees couldn't quite get along. And so Lot gave in to strife, and it caused him to leave his uncle Abraham and go a different way. He saw a good-looking land. We just read about it in verses 10 and 11 of chapter 13. He saw a good-looking land, and his eyes deceived him. He thought, that's the way that I should go. Lot separated from the man of God. Genesis 13:8 and 9. We just talked about Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. If thou wilt depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. Can I tell you, friend, Lot, the way his life ended up, he should have walked out there, fired all of his employees, and told Abraham, I'll give you everything. You can have everything. It can be your problem. Instead of leaving the man of God. But he did. He had a lot of stuff. Strife was his undoing. He separated from the man of God. And he wasn't quite satisfied, Lot was. He wanted what the world had. He wanted those well-watered plains. He wanted to go towards Sodom and Gomorrah. Can I tell you, friend, that it wasn't necessarily Lot's ego. It wasn't his need for exaltation, maybe. It wasn't so much entertainment. But I believe it was Lot's envy that ruined him. You know, I'm not speaking right now. I'm not preaching to you so that you in your mind come and come to a point of decision and say, I don't want to waste my potential. No, friend, the point of decision I want to bring you to is a very practical place where you say this, fill in the blank, is what's ruining and wasting my potential right now. I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what's causing you to waste your potential. Maybe it's ego. Maybe it's envy. Maybe it's this need for exaltation. Maybe it's entertainment. Maybe it's something I haven't even mentioned. But let me encourage you, friend. Don't allow anything to waste your potential. I want you and I want God to be able to speak to you and for you to get very specific about what's wasting your potential. Can I tell you, friend, your waste of your potential won't always kill you. Your waste of your potential won't always kill someone around you, but it's very likely, maybe not physically you won't kill someone, but you wasting your potential might cause someone else to waste their potential as well. I was a youth pastor for a very, I'd say short period of time. It was almost half a decade. It was half a decade, 5.5 years. And to see young people be led astray, not even necessarily because of their own mistakes or their own waste or ruin of their potential, but because a friend wasted their own potential. This friend wasted their potential, and because they were in that circle of friends, they decided, I want to be like him or her, and I'm going to waste my potential too. Now, that's not how they said it. That's not the decision they thought they made. They saw the pleasures of sin for a season. They allowed ego to rule them. They saw a little bit of entertainment, the sparkly, the shiny entertainment, and they went after it. Friend, instead of concerning ourselves with the opinions of others, let's concern ourselves with the opinion of God. Hudson Taylor, commenting on this subject, said this: "The Lord was looking for a man weak enough to use, and he found me." D.L. Moody aptly observed, "We may easily be too big for God to use, but never too small." We'll end with this. I realize that there may be some under the sound of my voice that would say, I don't have any potential for God to use because I'm not saved. I don't know Christ as my eternal Lord and Savior. Friend, we can get that settled today. I'm going to give you a phone number that you can text right now. You can contact me and let me know that you have questions about this very subject. I'd love to talk to you about your potential and the fact that God's given you so much potential. Are you ready for this phone number? You can contact me. If you have questions, maybe you're a Christian with questions, contact me. Here's the phone number, 309-316-7240. I'll give it to you one more time, a little slower. Text me at 309-316-7240. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, if you have questions about your eternal soul, reach out to me today if you would, please. I'd love to hear from you. For each and every one of you that's listening, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your investment in this ministry and for your kind words to me and my family. My prayer, my hope, my aim is that you don't waste your potential and that you have a great day for His glory. Join us at our grand opening, Saturday, October 1st. God bless.